It's the Philadelphia 76ers facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2K Sports and the NBA welcomes you to our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Allen Iverson. He's out there with Jerry Stackhouse and Williams. And for Cleveland, and Mills. You know, you talk about, leading your conference. 38 wins last year by this Cavalier team. That is dominating your conference.
Well, you only play 52 conference games with the current schedule. That's a winning percentage, Kevin. When you talk about 38 wins, they're just north of 70%. 7 out of every 10 times you take the floor in the conference, you're winning that ball game.
And the teams are so familiar with each other. It's hard to prepare.
Yeah, it's much harder to prepare, but sometimes you grab a couple of those scheduling wins, we call it, when one team has been resting and the other has played 3 games in 4 nights.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. This team's offensive forte is really just being smart with the ball and limiting their mistakes. And because of that, coach told me that they don't need to force things at the opponent's end of the floor. They just need to wait for opportunities to present themselves and then take advantage of it. They do, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. So shooting is certainly on the menu early in this one.
Well, when you get right down to it, that's the name of the game. You got to put the ball in the basket.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on board first. Here's Weatherspoon, connects from the high post. So it's Cleveland now. 1:04 left in the first. Number 1, Iverson covering. Shot misses. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Now Stackhouse. Pass to Williams. He dishes it. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Stackhouse. Money on the 10-footer.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
So it's Cleveland out. Number 1, Iverson covering. Number 14, cans the corner shot. Here's Iverson. Shoots it. And his first shot ain't no good.
That's not something you'll see very often. Not the mid-range jumper you want, but off target.
It's a tie game here in Cleveland. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And begins the quarter. We've had a close game. So it's Cleveland now. 15 road wins for the Sixers a season ago, Clark.
That's not too bad. I mean, it's not a great total, but it actually was a better number than their home record, which is hard to figure. They were a decent road team, Kevin, when you look at that number.
And so, in the game for the 76ers, he's out there with Allen Iverson and Williams.
Boy, these guys have a terrific feel for each other. You have to in order to make plays like that.
Don't you think you can tell that they love being on the court together?
Boy, they're having a good time.
And Cleveland has possession, trailing by 2. Here's Mills. Williams pulls it in. Back to that Philly stat. It is rare in any sport, especially basketball, to have more wins on the road than at home.
I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, it really is. It's not something that you're going to brag about because their play at home was so dismal, but nonetheless, it is kind of an interesting factoid. That's really a terrific look inside. Set him up beautifully.
So it's Cleveland now. 4-point game. Number 2, Iverson covering. Number 2, kept the look. Whoa! Now let's take a look at it once again with our Spike Slam Cam.
When he can turn a missed shot into that kind of slam, maybe the miss was a good thing.
Well, and what a lift it gives a team to see that type of play.
Well, he's leading by example. He's actually walking the talk when he makes plays like that.
Here's Iverson. Left side, Williams. Scooped up. The second chance effort. And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. 1 free throw for him.
He doesn't have a lot of game with his back to the basket, but that time he found a way to get it done in there. That's a pretty good move for a guy you don't expect to score in the paint.
Cavaliers making a switch here.
76ers. Jerry Stackhouse.
And he makes the free throw. So it's Cleveland now, trailing by 5. Here's Patopico. The shot misses. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Iverson outside. Jacks up the triple. That's good. He's got 5.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here. They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Hey, it's gotta get loud. Come on, let's have a round of applause for the Cavalier girls. Nice job, Cavalier girls. What do you think, man? You feel pumped up now?
And Cleveland has possession. Connects from in close.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for.
And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Great awareness makes him a dangerous threat every time down the floor.
And so we wrap up the first half. 76ers ahead. They lead by 8.
Thanks for joining us for HP at the half with a terrific game going on out at Quicken Loans Arena. A good one in progress for the 76ers. They've been in an incredible rhythm offensively. If you're wondering why it's dark in the gym, they've shot the lights out. A good start for Allen Iverson. Lighten up that scoreboard. He's making it ring like a pinball machine. And for the Cavaliers, it's been all hustle. They've gone to their bench for the spark, and it's fired. Big scoring off the pine. And a look at the leading scorers from both sides. Not a lot of scoring in this one, as you can see. And now that's it for us here in the studios. Let's send you back to your arena. Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, waiting to call the second half for you.
Now the second half, about to begin in just a moment. And Cleveland has possession. 8-point game. You know, Clark, looking at the Cavs from last season, second straight year for them having the best record in the entire NBA.
You think about the atmosphere here at the Q. I mean, just an unbelievable place to play. Very, very difficult for opposing team. It's a fun atmosphere, and the noise in here can be deafening.
And Mills. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Here's Stackhouse. 5 points in the game. Iverson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 3 on the clock. Again, Philadelphia. So it's Cleveland now, trailing here by 8. Hill passes to Mills. The shot is off, and the 76ers go the other way.
You gotta expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Gets the whistle, and he'll go to the line. The first one falls. Cavaliers making a switch here.
2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. So it's Cleveland now. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Hill. Mills with it. Still looking to get on the scoreboard.
That's exactly where the coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin. Right there from mid-range.
We'll see what the coach is drawing up. Will they opt for the quick shot? On the wing, Iverson. Now Stackhouse. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen away.
Tried to use a pump fake there, but he didn't protect the orange.
Fires from 14. Coleman snatches it inside.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
Some good basketball so far as we end the third quarter. And we'll be back momentarily live from Cleveland. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has a report for our spark of the game. Doris?
Well, Kevin, our spark of the game in this one, the stretch by the 76ers. They went on that offensive tear in the first quarter, and they haven't looked back, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Here's Iverson. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Jerry Stackhouse is out there with Allen Iverson and Williams. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Number 35 ribs down the breakaway slam.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Here's Iverson. Now here's Williams. He's guarded closely. Here's Stackhouse. Misses.
Good job hustling here. I mean, making the extra effort. When you're down, you have to do all of the little things, Kevin.
And they do have a slight disadvantage on the boards. Here's Iverson. 1:25 left in the fourth. Here's Williams. Offline with the land after the quick pump fake. And the Cavaliers with possession. 4-point game. For 3, that's good.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
And here is Iverson. Back to Williams. Will it go? The shot is off. And Cleveland will take it the other way. Less than 1 minute left. Whoa!
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
Decisive possession. The crowd on the edge of their seats. Here's Williams. Bullseye! And the 76ers lead by 1.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're behind by 1. 32 seconds left in the game. Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He told them, fellas, this game is going to come down to who wants it more. It's as simple as that. How bad do you want it? Don't tell me. Go out and show me. Kevin, he's laid a challenge down to his guys.
Cavaliers making a switch here. And it's the 76ers with the ball. They led by as much as 10. And the intentional foul called as they try to prolong it here.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
6 the first one, and that'll put them up by 2. Perfect from the line, and it's a 3-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of the charity stripe here. Stretching that margin to 3.
Timeout call the Cavaliers. They're down by 3. 20 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what are your thoughts?
You need a 3 here to tie, but there's still some time left on the clock. If you can get a quick layup for 2, I take that and then foul.
It's back to Hill. Number 1. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And he dumps that one in.
Yeah, they're looking in pretty good shape right now unless they have a total collapse.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're losing by 5. 3 seconds left in the game. Clark, what's your take?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight. Because this one is really about over. They have no chance of winning this game.
Off the inbound pass, and that one's good.
Well, the defense went to sleep on that inbounds play. You got to get people on the outside shooting.
So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. As we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Brand player of the game.